I'm ready when you are. You cool? All right, hey everybody, this is Chad Jordan, the Director of Marketing here at Sport Clips. This is another edition of our Hall of Fame podcast, and I'm super excited. First of all, hi on YouTube if you're watching us there. First time ever, we have a two-time guest, and I was telling him earlier, if it's up to me, it'll be a 3, 4, 5, 6, keep going time guest. Because we're here in Darlington, so it just so happens that we sync up every Labor Day weekend for the big race that we have out here. But you're going to hear from my guest and exactly what his organization does and how Sport Clips partners with him, his organization. But super passionate about this. Our stylists love being a part of it. Team leaders, team members across the country are very excited about this partnership. So without further ado, I'm going to have him introduce himself and tell us a little bit about this promotion, this partnership that we've got going on, why it's so successful, what we love about it. And we're going to get caught up on what's happened over the course of this last year. So without further ado, young man, can you let me know who you are and what the heck you're doing here?
Thanks, Chad. It's great to be here always. Our partnership with Sport Clips, it goes back now 6 years. And as I'm Darryl Fisher, by the way, if you didn't know that already. But,
thanks for letting me know.
I know.
And we've got everybody else now included. Darryl is with
Ageless Aviation Dreams Foundation. And, we go all over the country giving flights to veterans that live in assisted living centers, retirement centers, in our World War II biplanes.
And their spouses or
we do
surviving
some spouses,
members?
Yeah, we do some spouses, and then we do just some seniors. For instance, Thursday in Sumter, we flew
Gordon's hometown.
In Gordon's hometown, we flew a 102-year-old lady.
Wow.
And she just loved life. And frankly, at 102, living through the wars, she gave. It just wasn't official.
Yes.
I mean, she served in her own way.
Right.
So you guys are just our partnership is really amazing, and it's critical to serving
for
our
those
veterans.
For those that missed last year's episode, give me kind of the oral history of Aegis Aviation, your background, especially with the senior community, all that kind of stuff.
Well, it's interesting. My grandparents were both pilots, and they also were in the senior living business. And so I'm third generation pilot. I'm third generation in the senior living business. And so in 2011, just through kind of a fluke situation that happened, I gave a dream flight in March 29, 2011, my dad's biplane.
Okay.
To a World War II veteran in Oxford, Mississippi.
And what inspired you to do that? How did that come about?
I just kind of thought it would be neat. I can't say that I thought about this whole grand thing that's happened. It just, my dad had his airplane restored in Mississippi, and he asked me to go out from Oregon to help him fly it back to Oregon. And I thought, well, shoot, why don't we got to make 15 gas stops, so why don't we stop and give a couple veterans flights from facilities around the country. And pretty soon, it was such a rich experience. I would
for
call,
you.
Oh, for me, it was just huge for me. And then we'd wind up on the front page of the newspaper, and I'd send the pictures and the videos and everything back to my wife. And when I got home, she goes, "We got to keep doing this."
And this is before viral was really a thing, too.
Yeah.
So
viral was nothing went viral. Nothing was going viral back then.
Yeah. But you had such a great thing, and it when did it dawn on y'all? Shucks, this could be something we do more than once. The lifetime. There should be something that we do across the country.
Well, I have to give credit to my wife, because she said she was like witnessing it from afar.
Yeah.
And so she said, we got to keep doing this. And so she has a legal profession as a background. She said, I'll file all the legal paperwork. You got to do the flying. But she made me promise that if there's no money, there's no flying.
Right, yeah, okay.
So
what a wise woman.
Yeah, so, it seems to work that way.
Yeah.
So I started flying. And
so how did you find, what does raising money look like back then? How did you find partners? What was going on?
It's the weirdest thing, Chad. Our mission and what we do is such a rich and meaningful experience. I've never really sent out a fundraising letter. People have kind of contacted me, they've seen it, they say, we want to support this. I, of course, ask people for money, but it's just been organic.
Yeah.
And sport clips included. And I tell this story all over the country that Matt Deputy worked for Sport Clips, and he was the Veterans Affairs person.
Okay.
He contacted me.
Really?
So Sport Clips contacted me.
You didn't cold call Gordon in his office and say,
not.
hey, by the way, I know you're a pilot and I got something for you.
Sport Clips, Gordon was made aware of it through one of your franchisees out of Fresno, California. And based on that, Matt sent me an email. I was sitting in Chicago at the airport after Memorial Day. I just flown. And I get an email from Matt Deputy. And it says, hey, we see what you're doing. It's really, really cool. How can we help?
Wow.
And that, I mean, that is amazing from a character standpoint.
Yeah.
And it speaks volumes of the culture and the core of who Sport Clips is.
Yeah.
And Gordon Logan. And so our partnership has grown since then.
What year is this?
This is 6.
Okay.
Year 6.
Yeah. And with Sport Clips as a partner?
Yes.
Who else? What other partnerships?
We have other partnerships. Matrix Care, they're a software company for senior living. They donate to the foundation. We got our very first donor was Direct Supply, and they've donated every year. I mean, they wrote the first check, and they're out of Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and they faithfully write the check every year. And without them, honestly, Chad, I don't know that we would have taken off, so to speak.
Because correct me if I'm wrong, you still have a full-time job, right?
Oh yeah, I have.
It's not like you're doing this for a living.
No,
right.
I get paid in satisfaction.
Right.
And honestly, I would never want to get paid for this, because if you started putting money to it, it changes the motivation. So nobody that fulfills our mission gets paid.
So all your pilots,
everybody's volunteers,
coordinators, everybody. That's phenomenal. So the money raised goes to, I imagine, maintenance on the plane, fuel,
travel.
Okay, yeah,
hotels,
getting people right.
Yeah,
getting people shuffled around.
We have one paid person
out of
50 volunteers.
Right, exactly.
And we're now have 4 airplanes.
So yeah, let's tell me about. You've got 4 across the country. Where are they housed? Like how does that all work?
Well, we kind of keep one now in Phoenix. It starts in Phoenix in the winter time, then we'll move that north up into Nevada and over into Colorado and Mexico and stuff. And then we've got one in Oregon that kind of handles that part of it. We just dedicated the Spirit of Wisconsin.
Yeah, tell me about that one.
Well, that's going to be the upper Midwest.
Okay. We did a bunch of flights in Wisconsin this spring.
Yeah, we gave 75 flights in Wisconsin on the dedication tour. We're working right now to bring the Spirit of Texas. We had somebody donate an airplane.
Okay.
Sport Clips has been involved with raising money for that. It's in restoration, and so crossing my fingers, we're planning on dedicating that airplane.
So what are the 4 planes right now? What are they? What are their names? Or
we only have one name. Spirit of Wisconsin, because they raised the money for that airplane.
Okay.
The Spirit of Texas will be the second one. And then
what's the one that's here right now?
The one here is, we don't have a name.
Yeah.
We call it Grandpa's airplane.
Okay. All right. Was it?
My grandfather bought that airplane in 1946.
Wow.
So it's in our circles. It's called Grandpa's airplane.
Okay, I like that. Yeah. And is this the one that started it all, or
no? My dad's. My dad has one. It's a red one with white stripe, and he that's the one we gave the first flight in. Incidentally, we also gave Lieutenant Colonel Richard Cole, who was Jimmy Doolittle's co-pilot, a flight in that red airplane 2 years ago, and he just passed away.
Oh, man.
So it sends chills up my back.
I need you, because I missed it. I love me some Gordon Logan. I'm just putting that on the record. We went to breakfast yesterday morning, and let's just say the breakfast was a little slow. The service was, I'm not going to say where it was, but he had to get his liver pudding, all right? And then he loves visiting stores. I don't know if you knew this about Gordon. If he's in a town, it's got to. So of course we had to then go see the store and say hi to all the team members. We didn't have to, but we chose to. It was great, but all those delays compounded, and we got to the airstrip, grass field, and moments after this gentleman had left, I need to hear about this World War II veteran that you flew yesterday and that experience. Was it you or Tim?
I flew.
Okay.
I flew.
Can you tell me about this guy? Because I think it encapsulates so much of exactly what you guys are doing.
His name is Al Fink.
Okay.
And he's 99 years old, and he'll be 100 December 3.
99, and he got in the plane. He climbed in.
He's amazing shape. He uses a cane.
Uh-huh.
He's in really good shape. His family brought him out to the airfield. He did not know that he was going to fly. He thought he was going to pick strawberries.
They tricked him.
They did.
Because it's not his birthday. They weren't a surprise birthday party or anything. But so he lives in South Carolina.
He lives about an hour from Darryl.
Okay, so they said, "Get up early, Grandpa.
Yeah.
We're taking you strawberry picking." And kudos to the man for not shaking his cane and hitting them upside the head that early in the morning to drag him out strawberry picking. But he gets to the airfield and sees the plane.
Well, he saw the airplane sitting there, and it was crazy. I saw him get out of the car, and he looks up, and his face just lit up. I mean, you could visibly tell the change in his demeanor. He still didn't know what all was going on, and so I went out and talked to him a little bit. He goes, "I used to fly those things." And it turns out he used to fly one the exact same color. As the one that we had.
The blue and the gold or whatever.
Blue and yellow. Yeah.
Wow.
In the Army Air Corps. And he flew. I've got to go back and research because he flew in 1940.
Yeah.
And ours is in 1940.
Oh, what?
And
Can
so
you imagine?
I know. I'm sure that he didn't fly that airplane.
Can you imagine?
I'm going to go back and research it because it would be too cool if he had.
Now, I think I heard a rumor. Because you guys remove the stick, right, from the front.
Right.
And the passengers typically fly in the front. Obviously, fly in the front. You guys are behind it. I heard a vicious rumor that you guys put the stick in the front and let him, while you were in the air, you let him take it for a while.
I did. He obviously we were chatting there, and it became obvious that he had the capabilities to fly if he wanted to. Some of them don't want to fly. And I said, Al, do you want to fly the air? He goes, you'd let me? And I said, yeah, if you want to fly, you don't have to. He goes, I'd love to. So we put the stick in. Chad, he flew it for 15 minutes.
Oh my gosh.
And I'm just sitting back there, and he did amazingly well. I mean, he went within 100 feet of his original altitude for 15 minutes. He was making turns.
Oh, wow.
And I'm just sitting back there in the presence of greatness saying, and I could see his face in the mirror.
Yeah.
And you could see the concentration.
Right.
And
It's back.
Joy.
He's 22 years old again.
He's into it. I mean, he was into it. And when he got out, he was just, he couldn't talk fast enough. I mean, he was just energized, and his family was there. And 3 generations of his family came to watch.
Just think, the dude woke up that morning thinking he was going strawberry pick, and now he's flying his plane again.
Well, he told me he did it. It's coming up on 80 years.
Wow.
Since he had flown an airplane.
Oh my gosh.
80 years.
And I just that's why I'm saying goosebumps for me, because I can't imagine having gone that long. And when he did it, obviously he was flying for the war. I mean, he wasn't flying for fun.
No.
But just that memory, the lifetime he's had, all those 80 years come flooding back. It's just, it's amazing.
He went on to have a distinguished career with Pan Am.
Wow. And didn't he marry a Pan Am Swedish flight attendant or something?
I think so.
Yeah, I heard this story.
He's been married 50 years.
This guy, we got to do a movie on his life.
Yeah.
I mean,
he wrote a book.
Oh, we got to plug it.
He wrote a book of his memoirs, and so I'm going to send him one of our books, and then they're going to send me one. He's going to sign it for me. But, no, I mean, he flew the Concorde.
Oh.
They were trying to, British Airways was trying to get Pan Am to buy the Concorde.
Okay.
And
so he was like a test pilot for them.
Yeah. Yeah. And so here we are. I mean, and I just want everybody in the entire Sport Clips organization to know that you guys are helping to give somebody this experience at a time when, this is probably going to be his last best experience. I mean, this is what they're going to talk about for the rest of his life.
Oh, can you imagine? It's going to be one of these things that he and his family will never forget.
Yeah.
And you've now, I think you were telling me, how many states have you done dream flights in?
Well, we just the first week of August, I took an airplane to Alaska. So we just had it. And Sport Clips, the team in Alaska came out in Wasilla and Anchorage. They came out to help. So that was our 41st day. And next year our plan is to fly in all 50 states. So I'm working on Hawaii. And then I'll pick up
that's where we'll record the podcast next year. I figured it out. That's
you guys
what we'll
have
do.
Stores in Hawaii,
we do. Yeah, we do have some stores in Hawaii.
Okay.
So amazing. We love the team there.
Yeah.
We got some amazing team members there.
So 2 weeks ago, we just passed our 4,000th flight.
Wow. In how many years?
9 years.
And how many pilots do you have?
We have 10 pilots.
Okay.
And we have 4 in training.
All right. I was gonna say, I'm sure you could use more.
Yeah, we could.
Yeah.
We're working with the Sport Clips franchisee.
Jack Shattuck, right?
Shattuck.
Yeah. Who was going to be here this weekend but couldn't work it out.
He was going to. It just, things didn't line up. I would guess he'll be here next year.
Well, this is a shout out to all. We got some team leaders that are pilots, so all the pilots that are involved with our with Sport Clips, reach out to Darryl Fisher and let's figure out a way to get you guys checked out and helping out with these planes. So, anything else on the horizon for the next year?
Well, next year our plan. It's our 10th anniversary.
Oh wow!
And so our plan is to fly in all 50 states. Get that sort of off our list.
By that, do you mean do 50 states in 1 year,
No.
or get to? Okay, I was going to say that might be
that's a big chore.
Yeah, we need more than 14 pilots at that point, and more than 5 planes.
That's right.
Yeah,
that's right. That's a big chore. But we want to have given flights in all 50 states.
How about this? When that can we keep an eye on when that 50th state will be there? I do want to be there for that.
It'll be New York.
It'll be New York. Okay,
Long
I love
Island.
me some New York. That's right. Let's figure timing. Let's capture that.
It'd be great if you could come out.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I want to be there for that and really capture and talk to you guys and whoever else is going to be involved.
It actually may also coincide with our 5,000th flight.
Oh, that would be great.
Because it's probably going to be late next year when we get to New York, and then I'm pretty sure we're going to pass 5,000.
Time is just right.
Yeah,
I love that. So let's go big.
Yeah,
let's do a big event when we do it. We got to. Well, we're having a great time here in Darlington. This is in all of South Carolina, but this is something special we get to do every year. We sponsor the Saturday race, which Denny Hamlin, he crossed. I'm not going to say he won. He crossed the finish line first. And we got to enjoy victory lane. That was cool.
What an experience.
And then found out later that his car had a technical, disqualification, but did not rob us of that great experience here. And then we've got, of course, today's race with Eric Jones. So I got to meet his German Shepherd. Were you here when his German Shepherd?
Oh, was that his German Shepherd?
So I got a selfie with Oscar, his
German
2-year-old German Shepherd. So we're having a blast here. But you and your team, man, everybody gonna be here again today?
Yeah.
Tim and Grace and everybody. So we've got just an amazing relationship with all of Aegis Aviation Dream Foundation. But seeing you guys, this is like a reunion every year for us.
It is.
So we really appreciate all that you're doing. Proud of you guys. So thankful for you. And yeah, the partnership, this is one of our really special ones. So we appreciate everything that you guys are doing. And the story that you heard today about was Al Fink. Al Fink. Check it out. We're going to find his book.
Yeah.
Link to this podcast because we got to read this man's story. Sounds pretty incredible. And this is, like you're saying, you get paid in experiences. This is it. Oh man, you're rich. You're filthy rich. You lucky dog, you. So, Darryl, thanks so much for being on here and all you do.
Thank you, Chad, and thanks to everybody out there. We love it. It makes the experience so much richer when Sport Clips team members come out and volunteer and help us. It's just a really cool
we love doing it. We're going to keep doing it. So, thanks everybody for your support, and tune in next week for another edition. All right, that was great, man. Thank you. Appreciate it. That was awesome.
He told a story where, when he was flying the Stearman, he came in too high, and he actually put it into a spin, and he came down and landed. He thought that would be a good way to lose some altitude, and they grounded him.
Oh, he was in trouble.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay. Because they thought he stalled. And,
well, he did. He did it on purpose. He was just having a good time. Thought it was a good idea, and did it, and which is a big no-no. And
you're hearing it and going, yeah, I agree with him.
Yeah,
I should have gone to
like
because that's dangerous.
It's like crazy. And he said actually that if they hadn't been so desperate for pilots, they would have kicked him out.
Wow. And are you thinking, yeah, he was crazy for trying it?
He's lucky. That's very dangerous.
Yeah.
And particularly if somebody of his little experience.
Mm-hmm. Well, he was, I mean, what, 19,
guys,
18, 19 years old, you know?
Judgment, they weren't long on judgment.
Right.
They were big on testosterone, but not long on judgment. And they just did stuff.
That's amazing. And I love that. I know you use that word so many times today, but gosh, just, I was really bummed that and Gordon was too. He wanted to be there. We just didn't understand that it was going so early because he's like, now, isn't this guy the one that's coming from Columbia? I'm like, yeah, I think so. And so we should have some time.
They were early. You know, and so when a guy like that shows up early, you don't want to.
Oh, right, yeah.
I wanted you guys to be there. I mean, Martha
was, yeah, I know. She said she had tears in her eyes.
Yeah.
Didn't talk to her.
You know, it's just the weirdest thing, Jim. I mean, the connection and how we met, we split clips, and the mutual. I mean, the whole thing is just really
synergy. You know,
it's really
meant
unusual.
to be. Yeah.
It's very unusual.
Those are the things where you go, yeah, that was supposed to happen.